Hello everyone, I'm Jiajun Li. You can call me Ryan. The key point of this video is random interaction and games. My main proposal is to explore the random of the importance of interactive games, as well as the impact on the interactive game. I really hope when the audience play games can occur through random situation make their emotions transform. Let the audience more experience. In contemporary digital art, we rely heavily on random systems to build interactive systems. Random often brings to the designer and the audience a lot of imaginary space and development space. Traditional random cases include rolling dice, shuffling cards. Let's take death for example. You never know in advance what you are going to roll. This kind of random and unknown feeling will give the audience different mood changes and a very real experience. But the problem is that the dice are predictable, because it's only going to be between 1 and 6. So I wanted to make a game where it was hard for the audience to predict the outcome. The first is the background of the scene. To increase the sense of the presence and the effect of the game, I'm going to do a very real scene with the sea and the moon and the stars. However, the amount of the code required to make such a scenario is too large. So the sea, moon, and starlight I decided to use basic graphic instead and the implementation, because in P5 graphics need only one line of code to be expressed plus color position, parameters, and so on. The next step is the random aspect. In fact, I have been thinking about how to enrich randomness. And my idea is to expand the random variables to expand the range of random variables. In other words, you do a very large number of random results. However, just extending the random range makes the code a bit simple and boring. So I have a new idea, which is that the result is not determined by one event, but by several different events at the same time. Therefore, not only is the random range extended, but expansion can trigger random events such as time, rotation, position, and color. Randomize them simultaneously to produce the final result. My thoughts are merely reflected in the movement of starlight. I use circles, triangles, and lines to represent the starlight. Then I added the time variable to the rotation and the color field of the figure. So when the graph is drawn, it will keep rotating and the color also keep changing. Because a variable is set, the motion transformation of the graph is randomly annulled. Finally, there is the interaction aspect. Interaction is mainly reflected in the selection of several colors of the drawing. Audience can use the mouse to choose different colors, or they can use the mouse to freely choose basic graphics to build starlight. Audience can use the motion of the mouse to display the starlight made up of these basic graphics. I also added pause and clear buttons. When the audience is not satisfied, it can be deleted and redesigned. Finally, let me show you what happens. You can think of this code as a random display, or you can think of it as a drawing game. Anyway, I have basically completed my original idea. However, in the process of making this code, I still think a lot of questions, such as luck. In fact, randomness can be considered a gamble to some extent, because when you can't predict what's going to happen, you can only be blessed by luck. So you are happy when the results are good. But when the result is bad, you may feel sad. As far as designers are concerned, it is a failure to put the audience in bad mood. Some people may have bad luck and bad results all the time. In my opinion, designers can probably get a change of the audience emotions. But in general, the audience should be relaxed and happy. In addition, in the process of designing the code, I have been thinking about how to better enhance the randomness. I looked at the work of other designers like David Cage's Heavy Rain. In some scenarios, the screen will display the operation prompt. Depending on the operation, there will be different results. However, if the operation is too complicated, it will require more advanced equipment. Or Black Mirror, Sneaky from Netflix. Audience can decide the development of the story. Depending on the choice, there will be different outcomes. It can take up to 3,000 minutes to watch the whole story. But most of story-guided works, it is difficult to read truth. Besides, if the plot is simple, the audience will feel very boring. In general, through this project, I had a further understanding of random and interaction. Contemporary digital art should serve the audience. As a designer, we should give priority to the feeling of the audience and consider everything for the audience. For me, in the future work and study, I will further explore the role of randomness in interactive games. I'm going to use random unpredictability to modulate the mood of audience. At the same time, pay attention to logic, rich code, rich plot content. I hope the audience can have a better experience. Thank you for watching.